Ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to race number 13 of the 2016 NASCAR Xfinity Series season, as we are live here at the Monster Mile, Dover International Raceway, as we are getting ready for today's Buckle Up 200, race number 13 of the year for the Xfinity Series. Today we'll be racing for 28 laps with 40 cars about to start their engines here in any moment. On the front row, we have the number 33 RCR Chevrolet of Austin Dillon. On the pole alongside Xfinity regular Eric Jones in the number 11. Row 2, you have that 22 multiple time Dover winner Joey Logano alongside your defending Dover winner of this race, Chris Buescher. And then running out your top 5 will be Kyle Busch alongside your championship point leader Ty Dillon, 31 points. On second place, Daniel Suarez in the point standings. At the top of your screen, you will see your starting grid rolling across your screen. A little bit more of a brand new starting grid I'll be doing. It took a very short amount of time to make that starting grid, so I'll be making that a lot more now. We have 40 cars lined up on pit lane, and that is all of the pre-race news. Let's take it down track side and get the most famous words in motorsports.
Drivers, start your engines!
As the 40 cars will start their engines and complete their one and only pace lap, Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, your front row, Joey Logano and Chris Buescher, two former Dover winners on row number 2. As you look down the starting grid and look down the drivers rolling off pit lane, see where your favorite drivers are starting. Outside the top 5, we have the number 00, Cole Custer, rookie teammate Josh Berry. Then you have the number 19, that is Carl Edwards, in a 4th car out of the Joe Gibbs Racing stable. Alex Bowman driving the 88 for Junior Motorsports. Have Justin Marks behind the wheel of the number 42 Crest Chevrolet. Blake Cook in the 21, Kel Connolly 43, and Daniel Suarez second in points, all the way back in 20th place on the grid. Ryan Preece in the field will start 25th in the one for Johnny Davis Motorsports, but up front it is Austin Dillon and Eric Jones. The fans are on their feet. They make their way out of turn number 4. We are underway here at the Monster Mile. Race number 13 is underway here at Dover, and Austin Dillon gets a great jump on the 11 of Eric Jones, and Jones able to get on the inside now, right in front of the 22 of Logano. That 22 kind of spun his tires, and now here comes that 20 of Kyle Busch trying to make it a battle for third place on the inside of the 22 of Logano. And now to turn number 4 to complete lap number 1 on the green, it is the number 33 of Austin Dillon, James Buescher in the middle, Josh Berry up top. Here comes that 42, Justin Marks, 16 of Ryan Reed. On the inside, Kel Connolly, 43, Brandon Jones, Daniel Suarez all the way back here in 20th place. And looks like we'll be able to complete lap number 2 under green, as they're still about to wreck back here. And up front, you saw that 33 of Austin Dillon get a pretty good jump there on the 11 of Eric Jones, and Jones got a pretty good jump on the 22 of Joey Logano. And right now we are single file all the way through the top 8. And then you get back to Alex Bowman, Darrell Wallace, and Ryan Truex. Very sideways off turn number 4. Keeps his momentum on the inside lane, and looks like Truex may move by Darrell Wallace to get a spot inside the top 10. Then Justin Marks side by side with Ryan Reed, and here comes Reed's teammate James Buescher on the outside lane. And 3 wide again back here, Daniel Suarez, Blake Cook, and Josh Berry have been falling back ever since the green flag drop. He's all the way almost outside the top 20. That's Josh Berry, driving the car that won here in this series last fall with Regan Smith behind the wheel. Ryan Preece making his first start of the year in that number 01 for Johnny Davis Motorsports, right now in 25th place. On the inside of Jeremy Clements, Michael Self 28 from Jed Burton to Ken Armstrong, John West Townley. Then you have Derek Cope, Joey Gase, Tyler Young, and Ray Black Jr., Brandon Brown, Josh Wise, Anderson, Harmon, and Ellis. Right now, Dylan's starting to pull away from the 11 of Eric Jones, and this race seems to be a little bit more calm than the truck race. We had a big crash in the truck race on lap number 1. A few guys was not even able to complete a lap. Chris Buescher right now running in 6th place. Carl Edwards driving the number 19 for Joe Gibbs Racing. This is a 4th entry out of JGR. Running very well inside the top 10. James Buescher moves by his teammate Ryan Reed. And there's still 3 wide with back here with Blake Cook and Daniel Suarez and Brendan Gaughan pushing Cook down in the turn number 3. But you saw that 21 had to get out the gas, got loose. And then here comes the momentum on the outside by Daniel Suarez in the 44. David Starr nearly gets turned by the 4, Ross Chastain. Man, these guys are racing pretty aggressively right here, almost outside the top 20. Ryan Signey on the inside of the 42 of Justin Marks. Number 7 of Josh Berry. And Chastain makes the move around the 44 Starr. That would be for 22nd place on track. Right now, Austin Dillon continues to lead. He's led all 10 laps so far. Now, Michael Self on the inside of Cole Witt. John West Town in the 25. And now we have a new guy in 2nd place. Give it the 22 of Joey Logano. He's now in 2nd. In 3rd place, about to be the number 20 of Kyle Busch. He gets around the teammate of Eric Jones in at number 11. And rounding out the top 5, having another great run, it is rookie Cole Custer. Coming off a great run at Charlotte, a top 10, I believe, for Cole Custer. I believe that was his 2nd top 10 of the year. And right now, he's running inside the top 5, right behind Eric Jones, Kyle Busch, Logano, and Dillon. Ty Dillon right now running 8th, Alex Bowman, Ryan Truex. And it's got a little bit more calm through the field and side by side until you get to Michael Self and John West Townley. But now they sell it out to the single file. And now Ray Block Jr. on the inside of Derek Cope, 32nd place. And this race is already going by pretty quickly now. We're just about to pass the halfway point in this race. It'll be 14 down, 14 to go, and it's getting a little bit more heated up toward the front of the field. The 33, Austin Dillon leading, but here comes that 22 of Joey Logano. Putting a lot of pressure on that number 33 of Dillon. Logano won 4 straight races here one time. Kyle Busch right now running 3rd, and that number 20 NOS Energy Toyota. Denny Hamlin will be back in that car next weekend at Pocono as the NASCAR XFINITY Series will make their first ever stop at the Tricky Triangle next weekend, as will be a triple header with the Truck Series, the XFINITY Series, and the NASCAR Spring Up Series. And look at that 22, he's waiting for that number 33 to make a mistake. I remember in the truck race yesterday, it was lap traffic that decided who won that race. It appeared that it was going to be Matt Crafton who was going to get the win. Then it looked like Daniel Suarez was going to get the win. But it was actually Tyler Reddick. He was just sneaking around in the back, got up front, and stole the win. Now Logano makes a move to the inside of Austin Dillon, but could Kyle Busch be in the Casper seat? Should we hit lap traffic? What about Eric Jones or rookie Cole Custer? That is your top 5 as Logano will complete the pass on the 33 of Dillon until he tries to make something happen on the outside lane. Open up the inside for the 20 of Kyle Busch to get by. So move Logano up front, Kyle Busch in the 2nd. This 22 car won last weekend at Charlotte with Brad Keselowski behind the wheel. They have 2 wins this year, both with Keselowski. But Logano would love to get his first win of the year this weekend at the Monster Mile to give him a little bit more momentum heading into the Cup race. Now look at Eric Jones making something happen. He's now trying to get 3rd away from that 33 of Dillon. And now as we enter the pretty much the 9 laps to go, lap traffic. Should we hit lap traffic, we would hit the 74 of Mike Harmon, the 40 of Jordan Anderson, Then we have Ryan Ellis, Joey Gase, Josh Wise, Brandon Brown making his Xfinity debut. You have the 70 of Derek Cope, Ray Black Jr., Tyler Young, Jed Burton, Dakota Armstrong, and not going to get all these guys, but there's a good chance we'll get at least a few lap down. And could that give the 20A advantage? Right now, Logano trying to pull away, but Kyle Busch not falling back to the behind the 22. Now Jones and Dillon battling really hard for third place. So now we are on the yellow. We are on the yellow with 8 laps to go, and a big wreck down here on the front straightaway. A heavy wreck involving a lot of cars. The 16, that's Ryan Reed involved. The 7 of Josh Berry, 51, Jeremy Clements. And Clements is going to turn the 11 of Eric Jones. Right in front of Austin Dillon, Eric Jones, Ty Dillon. Nowhere to go. And these slower cars are not getting out of the way. Jeremy Clements, Ty Dillon. And there's damage on the number 7 of Josh Berry. John West Townley involved in the 25, Ryan Preece, David Starr, Justin Marks, Ross Chastain in the 4. Tyler Young has rear end damage in the 90 car, and this is a big break for Mike Harmon, Jordan Anderson to, hang on as there's the 14 of Dakota Armstrong taking his car behind the wall. And we're gonna go back and see if we can get a good replay of what just happened. We got this big wreck down here on the back straightaway, and it looks like that a couple of cars got together, and just once they got together, I mean, it was just a roadblock back here. They are running in 14th, 15th, and 16th place. Ryan Reed, Daniel Suarez, and Brendan Gaughan. And there's Reed in the 16. Suarez just turning that 16, not getting off him at all. And it's going to end up sending the 16 into the outside wall. And nowhere to go for that number 7 of Josh Berry, Ryan Siegenvall, Blake Cook, Justin Marks. There's Ross Chastain in the 4. They're not done yet. Ryan Preece, Chastain's teammate, runs right into his teammate David Starr, Jeremy Clements, Townley Self. Look at all these cars, nowhere to go. It's just a roadblock. Armstrong in a 14, Jed Burton. I believe he may have been a little bit innocent through that. He just didn't get that much damage. And these guys back here like Josh Wise in the 13, Joey Gase, they're very lucky that they were as far behind as they were. That way they had plenty of time to make their way around. Then you saw the 90 of Tyler Young. We saw him have damage. And Tyler Young runs right in the back of Jed Burton, who was trying to slow down. Now, that was a pretty big wreck, obviously, and that sent a lot of cars behind the wall. But because it happened with about 8 to go, that will not send us overtime. So we will not go to a green-white check or nothing. We should be going back green in a lap or 2. Now, drivers who are out of the race, they include John West Townley, Jeremy Clements, David Starr, Ryan Reed, Ross Chastain, Josh Berry, and Dakota Armstrong. Right now, Ryan Preece is 1 lap down, along with the 42 of Justin Marks. Also, Ryan Seek and Michael Self are also 1 lap down in the 0 and the 39. And you go back and you look at a guy like Brandon Brown making his debut. He was running like 35th at the time of the wreck. With all the cars out the race and all the cars out right in front of him, Brown is currently right now running in 22nd place. He could get a top 20 out of this day should he pick up a few more spots. I mean, you have Jed Burton. He was running outside the top 30. He's already inside the top 20. That's the number of cars. That's how much cars were taken out. And we are going green this time by. It will be 3 laps remaining for the 22 of Joey Logano, the 20 of Kyle Busch, looking for win number 2 in 2016. Eric Jones, he knows the win today will guarantee himself a spot in the playoffs. He already has 1 win. Why not try to get another? Austin Dillon and Paul Center led the first half of the race, fell back in the second half. Does he have anything to make his way back up to the lead? And how about rookie Cole Custer? inside the top 5, trying to get a career best finish. And then you have Chris Buescher, Carl Edwards, Ty Dillon, Alex Bowman, and Ryan Truex. Your top 10 as they come down to 3 to go. Who will have the best restart? Coming down, we're on the way. And the 20 of Kyle Busch spun his tires. Here comes Dillon on the inside of the 11 of Erik Jones. Erik Jones can't get to the bottom. Here comes that 00 of Cole Custer to fill the spot in the inside lane. But here they come, more cars to the inside, but Buescher can't get to the 11, and Jones is able to shut the door. Kyle Busch trying to close in. 2 to go this time by for the 20 car. Does he have anything for that 22 of Logano? Blake Cook moving by Justin Marks back here. Ryan Ellis going by the 40 of Jordan Anderson. Brown moving by Derek Cope. Ryan Truex restarted in the top 10. He's about to be outside the top 15 as we are on the white flag. One more lap around Dover. Logano pulling away down the back straightaway. Now Kyle Busch has a hungry Austin Dillon moving to the inside for second place. Down in the turn number 3. They're going to be side by side for second place behind the race winner, Joey Logano. He picks up the win at the Monster Mile. Joey Logano scores yet another win in the NASCAR Xfinity Series here at Dover. Driving the number 22 for Team Penske, and it is a back-to-back victory for Team Penske's number 22 car. Talked about how Keselowski won last weekend in that number 22 at Charlotte. Logano does the same thing this weekend here at Dover. Next weekend it'll be Ryan Blaney behind the wheel, that number 22 at Pocono, to get more seat time before he makes his first ever Cup start at the Tricky Triangle. Kyle Busch scores a runner-up finish, and Austin Dillon, your top 3. Cole Custer, a career best finish 4th, and Erik Jones, your top 5. Chris Buescher, Carl Edwards. You have 8th place will be Ty Dillon, Alex Bowman, and Darrell Wallace. Now, on your screen you will see your results from today's race along with the chase grid after race number 13 of the year. Now, like we said, next weekend it'll be the weekend at Pocono, the Tricky Triangle, the first ever race there for the XFINITY Series. So, be on the lookout for that. Coming up next on this channel will be the NASCAR Spring Up Series race here, the AAA 400. Brad Keselowski will start on the pole alongside Kyle Busch, so we'll see what will happen in tomorrow's race. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Eric Burton here in the broadcast booth, and we'll see you next weekend at Pocono.